Okay, hand wraps, nice and easy. Let's try and get this as simple as possible and as quick as possible. Take your fastening, take your hand, place the fastening over the thumb, okay? Nice and secure on there. If I can't even do it, there we go, that's better. Now this part here, we're gonna wrap around the wrist 3 times, so I'll show you. Go 1, 2, that's 3 times around my wrist, okay? Now, take this part, go over the thumb this direction, okay? So we'll go over the thumb, and then we'll go back around, and just go over the wrist again, okay? So that's one more time around that wrist there, okay? From here now, what we're gonna find is, if I just get my hand wrap over to the other side, make it easy for me to wrap, okay? So I'm here, I'm gonna go from here, up towards my pinky, okay? So I'll go up towards my pinky, just here. I'm gonna go around my palm, at the top of my palm, sorry, to here. I'm gonna wrap around my wrist now, so not my wrist, sorry, around my knuckles 3 times, just like the wrist, so 1, 2, and then finally 3, okay? So I'll go around that 3 times. I'm gonna come back across my palm at the top, and I'm gonna come down this way now, okay? So take the hand wrap, I'm gonna go down my wrist, oh, sorry, not the best demonstration there, down my wrist to this part of my wrist here, okay? From here, I'm gonna go around the back side of it here. So from here to here. Now, from this part of my wrist, I'm going to go up and across in between these 2 fingers first. So up and across, in between those 2 fingers. And I'm just going to flip my hand to show you. When in between the 2 fingers now, I'm going to go from here, across, to this part of my hand. So from across, this part of my hand, I'm going to go back down my hand, around the wrist to the starting point. So I'll show you first. So back down the hand, around the wrist here, back to this starting point. Now repeat, but this time in between these 2 fingers here, okay? So just loosen that, okay? So from here, up and in between those 2 fingers. Now, by the way, it's quite difficult. I'm looking on the camera to wrap my hands, so it might be easy if I look at my actual hands. So I'm in between the 2 fingers. Same again, I'm gonna flip the hand, show you, from in between, here now, okay? So bring it across, and then back down across my wrist here, okay? So back down across my wrist to show you, and then back on the back side of my wrist to the start point. Boom. From here now, start point. The last 2 fingers with the gap that's missing, okay? We go through there, and the exact same as before. Flip my wrist to show you. We go over this side here now, okay? So go over, then back down to my wrist at the bottom, and back to this start point here. From here now, I'm going to go back up towards the top of the pinky. I'm going to wrap around my hand like at the very start. So from the start point up towards the pinky. And from here now, I'm just going to go around my wrist, round the top of my palm 3 times. So 1 second, so I get it right. 2, and then finally 3. Okay, from here I go around my palm and back across down the bottom, and with the excess I've got left here, guys, I'm going to go around my wrist and finish that off with a bit more support to my wrist. Okay, at the very end now I'm going to fasten this up with the Velcro, and that is how I wrap my hands. Okay, you've got a good bit of support along your knuckles. Nice bit of support on your wrist. This part here, I generally just squish it up a little bit and get like a bit of a bar to grab onto with my fingers. Okay, and I mean, little gaps here like this, it doesn't really matter. You don't really need much protection here because that's going to be on the inside of the glove. Doesn't matter at all. Okay, they've got a nice support on the thumb, a nice support in between the fingers. Yeah, that is how I wrap my hands.